ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. CPA ಸಭೆಗಾಗಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿರುವುದು ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ತಂದಿದೆ. Honorable respected Speaker Lok Sabha Shri Om Birla ji, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Siddaramaiah ji, Honorable Speaker Karnataka Shri UT Khader ji, Honorable Chairman Legislative Council Shri Basavaraja Horati ji, Deputy Chief Minister, as presiding officers, we have met several times across years, but I must especially congratulate the Honorable Speaker of Karnataka Shri UT Khader ji for making this inauguration ceremony special at the footsteps of this historic building. This majestic building is a testament to the rich architectural traditions of Karnataka and is one of the first landmarks that moved away from the colonial era buildings. I thank the warm hospitality by the Speaker, Honorable Khader ji, and all the officials of Karnataka Assembly and the government and the Chief Minister. I should recall that when all of us met in Delhi last month, our Karnataka Speaker was very jovial and persuasive in welcoming us for this conference. In our traditional dress, in a lighter vein, just I will add कि जो पुरस्कार की शर्तें उन्होंने सबके लिए रखी थी ट्रेडिशनल ड्रेस पहनकर आने का, उसमें उनका नाम भी जोड़ा जाना चाहिए. His well traditional dress was well dressed today. Honorable members, India's rich democratic traditions and going back several centuries is well known. It is this region that Vachankara and Samajik Sudharka Basavanna fought for a casteless society and created the Anubhav Mandap, or recognized as the earliest form of parliament. We should be proud of these historical legacies that predate the Western recognition of Magna Carta. With its famous Lal Bagh to electronic city, Bengaluru seamlessly blends historical charms and cutting-edge infrastructure. When we talk of the IT sector, Sri Narayan Murthy and Infosys are often associated with this state. आपने बहुत सुंदर हिस्टोरिकल लीगेसी स्टेट के बारे में सुना, जहां की अपूर्व सुगंध चंदन की, जहां चमक न मिटने वाले सोना का उत्पादन और न खत्म होने वाली खुशबू कॉफी पूरी दुनिया में आज ढूंढी और जानी जाती है. जो संगीत, कला, आध्यात्म, तकनीकी, विचार, इतिहास की धरती है, उस कर्नाटक, which is known for its wildlife, silk sarees, sandalwood, Carnatic music, and many UNESCO heritage sites, this state has a legacy of powerful kingdoms, philosophers, and saints. It's the land of revolutionaries like Rani Chennamma, leaders like Kempe Gowda, visionaries like M. Visvesvaraya, and many great scientists. The vibrant legacy of social reforms, valor, and cultural influence of Karnataka has always inspired the entire nation. As someone who takes deep interest in literature, this state has been a treasure with figures such as R.K. Narayan, R.K. Lakshman, Shivram Karant, Girish Karnad, among others, and many more. The Vidhan Sabha has also witnessed many landmark legislations that have shaped the progress of Karnataka, from land reforms to strengthening third tier of governance. I would also congratulate the Honorable Speaker Lok Sabha Shri Om Birla ji for his keen interest in maintaining an active calendar of events for the presiding officers to meet regularly and discuss pertinent subjects impacting legislatures. A few weeks ago, many of us met in Delhi Vidhan Sabha to celebrate the centenary year of Vittal Bhai Patel becoming the first Indian president known as Speaker today of the Central Legislative Assembly in 1925. Alongside the hard yards, our freedom fighters and leaders took to give us independence. They also left behind a lasting legacy of debates, deliberations, and various other democratic traditions. These decades of rich debates in our legislative institutions have played a vital role in establishing trust among public in our legislatures. In older days, we may not have had the best infrastructure, but had powerful voices reflecting the aspirations of the common man. Today, we have achieved remarkable social and economic progress in the country and the states. But it is useful to introspect whether our legislatures today are able to reflect the needs and aspirations of the common man as per changing times. And in coming 2 days, we will be discussing about this on this great land. In recent months, we have seen that in a globalized world, developments in one corner can impact the economy across continents. As a nation, we are at an important phase of our growth story. On one hand, we have enormous potential to continue growing rapidly and move towards our goal of being a developed nation. On the other side, we have various external and internal challenges that need to be addressed. In times of global uncertainty, stability becomes the most valued currency. In any democratic society, healthy political discourse has an important role to provide this stability, and legislatures are central to holding these discussions. When we speak of building trust and meeting people's aspirations in the 21st century, we cannot have our legislative institutions derailed by disruptions and adjournments. Presiding officers from earlier have pointed out errant members disturbing the proceedings. This slowly evolved into a much bigger scale. All of these have also made the job of presiding officers more challenging. Earlier, presiding officers should focus on the business of the House, and members would keep a check on their own conduct, own self-regulatory mechanism. Today, presiding officers spend more time on maintaining peace than running the House. In 1997, 2001, we have had a special conferences and resolutions have been passed to improve the standard of the functioning of our legislatures. I think maybe the time has come to also think about a similar national dialogue to bridge the gap and strengthen the trust of the people. Beyond the day-to-day disruptions, lack of dialogue is also resulting in a gap emerging in certain areas of important policy making where we had a consciousness earlier. For example, issues of freebies and unsustainable expenditure are closely linked to the financial health of the nation and states. Therefore, we need a renewed political economic consensus on many emerging areas. This is possible when we ensure our legislatures are productive. If each house of the parliament can debate for 17 hours each on success of Operation Sindoor, it's useful to ponder why we cannot find consensus on debating other key legislations and policies. In his first address to the parliament, Dr. Rajendra Prasad has stated in 1952, and I quote, opinions will and must differ in regard to many political and economic matters. But if the good of India and her people is our dominant urge, this good can only be achieved through the methods of peaceful cooperation and democratic processes. These differences can only add to the richness of our public life. Honorable members, legislatures are an important agent of social and economic change. Over the years, our journey from a poor nation to being the fourth largest economy has been facilitated by many large policies and political discourses. India today is in the middle of important transitions. We are in the era of technological shifts, including artificial intelligence. We are in the middle of an energy transition that will change our economic and impact livelihoods. We are strengthening our infrastructure and manufacturing the future that can create more sustainable livelihoods. In all these three areas, we not only need to act fast, but also act smart. All these areas require us to rethink our regulations, laws, and roadmap for the future. And this requires more discussions in our legislatures. We have several examples from the past where unanimity in certain policies, consensus, have transformed the fortunes of the state. Karnataka itself is a very good and shining example. The IT sector that has been bedrock of this growth has seen favorable policies and regulations by multiple political dispensations across decades. Today, Karnataka contributes nearly 9% to national GDP. With respect to technological shifts, I often mention this in various conferences and forums, that it will have deeper impact on our society and economy. There are no easy answers, but the best solutions can be arrived through discussions. Unless we keep up with changing times, there is always a risk of being left behind while other nations move ahead. It's a very well known statement that time and tide, they never wait for anybody. We need more forward-looking laws, easing of regulations, and also observing how these changes impact the common man and national consciousness on these issues. I hope during the course of this conference, we will have many insights, suggestions, and recommendations in this area as well. Our Honorable Speaker from Karnataka, Khadir ji, has worked tirelessly to prepare for this conference at a historic building. I hope each one of you will participate and contribute productively to this discussion. I also thank the Honorable Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji and all the officials and administration of this government and Vidhan Sabha for arranging this conference. Dhanyavad, Namaskar, Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka. धन्यवाद.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आदरणीय हरिवंश जी.